Okay, my article is entitled The Power of the General Will. My article focuses on the recent dismantling of Mubarak and his powerful reign in Egypt. His rule, which lasted a whole 30 years, finally came to a halt after the uproar of the population. Now, the people are urging government leaders and the military to completely wipe out Mubarak's old government and his loyal followers. In Rousseau's definition of civil society, he would argue that the Egyptian people are speaking to the general will of themselves, representing the majority to a higher crowd. Because their leader hurt them and their society, they are now reuniting together in an attempt to gain a real democracy. According to Rousseau, the power is placed in the general will of the people currently, allowing each and every one of them to have their rightful say in the matter, thus making each an important part of the whole. While one may argue that Egypt is returning to a state of nature, the state of nature is only being returned to due to the state of their civil society. For once, the advantages of their civil society did not outweigh those of the state of nature, allowing the people full right to return to their original state. In Rousseau's argument, however, the people are in fact uniting to regain moral freedom and for the interests of the whole. Therefore, the people are in essence searching for civil liberties, placing them back in a civil society and not a state of nature. While the civil society may be a little rocky for the time being, the time to come, there is still an attempt being made. Rousseau's philosophies can also be applied to Mubarak and why his power failed the people in general. Because the general will is an indivisible will, Mubarak ultimately defied the wants and needs of the people, listening only to his private needs. There was also no definite branches of government, allowing the power to be distributed evenly throughout the government. The legislator that suggested laws was Mubarak, yet Mubarak was also had the power to institute the laws and enforce them. Yes, he had followers in the government to back him up, but he had full power ultimately. Mubarak served as the sovereign, the legislator, and the state, all at the same time, and thus divided the people from himself. While the state of Egypt is rocky and definitely unsafe, the people are finally finding a way to voice their own opinions together as a whole, rather than divided by a leader few agreed with. Instead, the people are instating the general will once again and making their voices heard. Democratic or not, they are trying to find their solution.